Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks. I'm Richie Moon,
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
and this is Kayfabe Avenue. And what we got going on, man? We got Raw, SmackDown, man. We got some AEW, man. But we all know the big conversation of this week,
Saturday
man.
night's
Saturday
main
night's main
event.
event,
John
man.
Cena's last match.
Unseen
Retirement.
17. This is it.
Officially the last day. Um, they did throw a little hook though. He's gonna be an ambassador, of course, for WWE. I don't think anybody put that in question.
Correct.
Like, of course, you're gonna have royalties, be like a Stone Cold figure or something like that comes back every once in a blue moon. For special
Gave him a
occasions.
glorified Legends contract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
of course.
So,
I think we all expected that, though.
yeah, like John Cena and WWE is synonymous at this point. So it's like it doesn't matter if you put a pin on your in ring career. You're gonna have some type of influence. You're gonna come back. You're gonna do something.
Right.
Especially when the Saudis are calling.
Yeah. Saudis are calling, and last week there was already rumors of him doing an appearance after WrestleMania on Raw this
I mean,
year. So
he said that he'll do appearance, he'll be around, but as far as his in ring, as far
in
as him
ring, yeah,
actually
the in ring
wrestling
is
again,
done. Is done.
yeah, it's over. And I think he's gonna be one of the. I think he'll be the first wrestler to actually say, "I retired this day," and that's it. I truly believe. I mean, I hope he doesn't prove me wrong,
Yep.
but I think Johnson's done. I don't think Johnson is gonna
Yep.
wrestle ever
I'll
again.
be the first to say I was one of the first people with the theory of Rock coming out and maybe saying you sold your soul, stretching this to Mania as a real farewell, have like that he
Mhm.
has to do things because the Rock is saying, just kind of cap that story. I, I don't know if people listen and then take ideas or it's just hive mind or something, but I said
Mad
that shit about
articles.
2 months and then I was hearing that theory like nonstop the last week. No,
Yeah.
it didn't happen. John Cena is retired. But before we get into Saturday night's main event, you had a few things you wanted to mention before we talk about Raw and then dive into the Saturday night main event.
Oh well, yeah. You know what? Shout out to Bailey. I don't know all the exact details, but I know this is it's not a rumor. This is true. She held like a wrestlers camp, and she flew some people. She flew everybody down, and John Cena was there. There were some other wrestlers there, and she basically just held class for up and coming wrestlers. You know, that's her way of like contributing to the game, and I think that's just dope. I think that's just always worthy of mentioning, especially like that was kind of the theme of Saturday night's main event. John Cena really like passing the torch and putting the spotlight on the next generation of wrestlers and what have you. So I think that was just dope that Bailey took her time, took her money, took her efforts to do that for the next main event, potentially. I might be the next main event of WrestleMania. Of All Out. So you never know who you're training. You never know who you're training.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bailey's already in that part of her career where it's like, not that she's getting stagnant, but I think she's more filling into a role. I don't think she's gonna do too much of the top tier main event status anymore. I think her
That's the
role's
thing.
now shifting towards helping the mid card, helping the people who are coming into the WWE. She just had that match with Soul Rucker Saturday night's main event.
That was a good
Um,
match.
you know, she's at that point working with Lyra Valkyria and doing the whole tag team run, and
Yeah.
so I think Bailey is self aware, and she also is the type that wants to give back to the business, and this is her way of doing it, and that's great. I see nothing
What
wrong
you
with that.
what you think, Focus? Do you think Bailey's at that time in her career where she's just you know helping and leaning more back into being a coach? What you think?
I believe that, it's getting to that time where, the chapter is about to turn the page and the next form of people is going to write that story. and that's going to be Jade Cargill, Tiffany, Roxanne, currently Liv Morgan and Backwell, and whoever decides to come up from NXT and Evolution. And that's just how it is, people age out, they feel it even more. And like John Cena, they gotta, you know, bow out and admit that to themselves and move on. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that you could use your knowledge to the trainers. I mean to train people like she just did right now. And this could be just one of many classes, and hopefully we'll see even more, and who knows, maybe we'll even maybe see Bailey in LFG, and maybe we'll see John Cena in LFG.
Speaking
I
of a
think
quick side note of LFG, they replaced Undertaker and Michelle McCool with Kevin Owens and Natalia.
yes, happy news. That's
Yeah.
good because they've been oversaturating their gimmick as the husband wife couple on doing everything. Great. But to go back on the Bailey thing, I think it's a little bit supported by the booking as well. The way she was replaced by Becky Lynch at WrestleMania last minute. The way she's been used helping Lyra Valkyria in the tag team, and you know she's kind of the catalyst besides Becky's work with Lyra for getting that personality out on Monday Night Raw, and she's been doing a lot. What she's done for Sol Ruka, so I don't think it's a negative thing, but it's good that Bailey's leaning into the coaching and helping. Look at Natty. It's kept Natty around for decades at this point with the WWE, and she's pretty much coaching full time. She's reopened the dungeon, the famous dungeon, on her own with her husband. That has a legacy in its own, helping stars train and learn the technical style. So
Mhm.
it's only good things. There's so many women in the NXT division that is kind of over and overabundant. So it's time to start uh breaking them up, breaking them out, and bringing them up to Raw and SmackDown, and we've been seeing a slow trickle of that. And it's like we can't get to WrestleMania and that draft time soon enough because we
Yo,
we
oh,
definitely need an influx of talent.
so are y'all trying to say that Bailey can't go? Let me stop.
No, no, I would never say Bailey can't go. I would never say Bailey can't go. She can go. She's great. She can go any day.
Nah, nah,
She could
nah.
be
I'm just
champion
joking.
tomorrow. But the
No,
way they
I
positioning her,
understand.
the things that she's doing on her own, she is heading into like that coaching direction from what I can see.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, yeah. I can agree
But
with that. Yeah,
speaking of
we
Natty,
can leave it at that.
right? Speaking of Natty, doing
Uh,
big things with the dungeon and training, but that's been translating on Monday Night Raw this
uh.
week, last week, and the week before,
Oh yeah.
and it's
Oh
just
yeah.
been
Yeah.
getting better and
He's a
better.
big factor.
Making Maxine Dupree look great in her segments. And I think they're finally gonna actually give the Natty character a chance on Raw pretty soon.
The rumor mill is that she is going to be a large factor in the women's division moving forward. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be on screen or off screen. So I guess we just have to let
I
that play out.
I think we need to put respect on Natty's name, give her that real run, heart, family, like legacy. This is the greatest run she'll have. Like you can retire happy after
It would
this kind
it
of
would be
reign.
great. It would be great if Natty got like a legit run because I'm pretty sure we spoke about this before. Yeah, Natty Nightheart and Bloodsport is very different from
Yeah,
Natalia
we
and
spoke a little bit
WWE.
about that
So
last week, but
yeah,
it
should be
continued to translate this week on this past week on Monday Night Raw. So I'm loving that for Maxine. The women's division is looking strong. On
That
Monday
tag team,
nights,
yeah, that tag team's division on Monday nights has been looking strong for quite a while. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the tag team division
and
because
now
I ain't gonna hold you.
it's getting
It was
better.
looking a little shaky for a minute.
Yeah, it's getting even better, and there was a shift in the women's tag team division this past Monday night with Liv Morgan, which was kind of awkward for the Judgment Day because the week prior, the way they built up the whole show and closed out, it was Liv Morgan's first day back.
Right.
She
She
kind
pulled up
of,
to Stephanie Becker.
yeah, she pulled up on her. She um kind of reinforced the tag team of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, finally like brushing off whatever tension they had prior to her return,
Mhm.
and
But I mean,
looked like she
this
was
might be
positioning herself to be world champion. This
right.
week, Raquel Rodriguez, Backwell as we call her, attacks go after the champion in a promo, solidifies herself as a contender, and then Liv Morgan's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, basically, in other words, without saying the full thing, was,
Right.
"You've been gone. I've been moving up. I've been trying to get this. I'm continuing my run." So Liv Morgan had that awkward, like, "Okay, so I'm gonna go support you, Roxanne," and Roxanne's like, "For what?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"For the tag
Yeah.
team." You know, so
She's finding herself in
so it
in
looks
an
like
awkward
the
position.
Judgment Day
But
is trying to like tell her pretty much we kind of moved on without you in a way. There's a new structure of the Judgment Day. We're kind of moving on without you. You got to get used to the new status quo. So this week she got shifted to the tag team division. It looks like
I think that's gonna. Well, I think that's one of those things that's gonna play
She
out like
wasn't the only
in the
one.
storyline. Yeah,
she wasn't the
because
only one. And
yeah, she
let's
wasn't the
talk
only one.
about it.
We'll see how that's gonna play out.
Let's talk about it. I will straight up say it. Jay Uso
Jay
got
Uso,
demoted. Got
yeah, he got
demoted
demoted.
on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
I think his world
because
title,
he,
his world championship run, his run at the main event, I think is over. I don't. I think they recognize his value in the fact that he's a great star. He has fans behind him. He's a merch mover. But I don't. I think they finally realize he's a not main event, real main event worthy in singles competitorship. And what was Jimmy doing? Jimmy was really flailing for the past like 2 years. Some of it had to do with injury, but Jimmy was flailing in his career. After losing the last time his now tournament, Jey Uso crashed out, um, threw the prime bottles
nah,
everywhere, and
they just
it
straight
looked
did
like he was gonna go into this heel run, and
right.
maybe reposition himself in the main event as heel Jey Uso. But this week was like he kind of had that bully in him. Like he did approach it like, I'm bullying the New Day. You know what we do, and you, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, you're gonna find out what we do. Like they were on their bully status, but it's like,
Yeah, but in the tag team, yeah, but like in a tag team sense, like Jay Uso, the way they were about to spin it out, they were calling him Little Roman. They could have positioned Jay Uso to be. They call him main event Jay Uso. I don't know why he didn't stay in the main event scene. I understand with respects to Jay. I feel like they could have. Yo, you could do both. You could do both because it seems like a demotion because he was just fighting and being a contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seemed like he's about to go on this heel run, but about to expand the bloodline story, and then all of a sudden, nah, we're gonna park you right back in the tag team division. It's just like, oh,
Day one
okay,
ish.
right, four letters, one word. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, it
these
was abrupt.
specific
It was an
tag
abrupt
team
change.
championships. They've never held
Yeah,
these specific titles, and neither the new SmackDown titles. But feels like a
and
demotion.
just
It feels like they
yeah,
finally pulled the
I don't.
plug
yeah.
I don't.
on
I
his
don't.
main
You
event
know what?
status.
You know what? I got an alternate view of this. I
What's
don't
that?
look at it. I don't look at it as a demotion. I just think of him bringing it back. One time for the one time.
Oh
I,
man,
Bring back
you
the
know,
tag team championship.
you, he had to run it really, really, really back.
That's
He
you know
what
what
I'm
had
I'm saying?
he had a Undisputedly
I mean,
running back.
but you
Okay.
know what? But you know
Okay.
what? It might
Not looking like that,
this
Oos.
this might end up playing out down the line. You know, with the bloodline story. Who knows? But it does seem like it you know, if you ain't moving up, he just kind of moves sideways. Like he went from moving up to just like, oh, we're just
Hey,
gonna poof.
if this makes room for LA Knight to
Yeah,
finally
Yeah,
get that
but there was
shine,
enough. But there was enough room for LA Knight already, though. That's the thing.
yeah,
there kind of
Yeah.
was, but they just have not pulled the trigger on his world title status. And honestly,
yeah,
if they're judging off
Since
of the
LA
United
Knight,
States run, I don't think
uh,
his United States run was necessarily that great.
it wasn't.
Mainly because they put him in the
yeah,
middle of a Carmelo and Andrade best of seven, and he kind of felt like
Right.
the outsider in his own reign.
Right. That part. That part.
But
That part. I
they
like LA Knight,
if
but I will say
demoting
this.
Jey
I
Uso
think
back
LA
to the
Knight.
tag division is gonna make way for LA Knight to get tried out as a world champion, I'm here for it.
I like LA
yeah,
Knight fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that LA Knight is a great chaser, and you know, I think he'll be great chasing. I think he'll fight for it. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger though. We'll see.
You know
We
what?
shall
There's
see.
nothing
yeah,
wrong. That's the one thing about the Attitude Era that I miss. There's nothing wrong with someone winning the championship. They're trying it out, and if they feel like it's not working, throw another champion in the mix. In the Attitude Era, The Rock's majority of his run were like 3 to 6 months tops. Uh,
Yeah,
like
some of them were shorter.
the title
Yeah.
bounce between him, Stone Cold, Triple H, Taker, Kurt. They bounce
Yeah.
back and forth like a motherfucker.
They don't really do that too much anymore. Triple
You
H
know?
plays a lot of things. Triple H is very safe with his booking. He is very,
Yep.
very safe with
He
his
definitely
booking
was safe.
to a
We'll
fault.
definitely get more
To a
into
fault.
that safe talk, but let's cap off
Right.
LA
yeah,
Knight on Monday Night Raw. So it looked like they kind of wrote him off storyline. They
yeah,
whooped his ass.
Yeah, they dragged that boy.
Bronson
yeah,
He
tsunami
tsunami'd
him on
him
top of a car,
from the
dented the
ring to the
top of the
car,
car,
from the ring to the parking lot. Right.
whooped his ass. Tsunami, he's done. He's done so.
Right.
Hopefully Roy Rumble. Maybe
Yeah,
he'll
we'll
make a
see.
run.
We'll see.
yeah,
What else we got
Well,
going on?
Rumble is the next pay per view coming up. Um, so
Out in Saudi?
out of
Out
the
in
Saudi,
greatest
that's
Riyadh?
Royal
crazy.
Rumble,
That is crazy. I
the
feel like
Is that
I'm
a
never
greatest
Rumble
gonna
or
get my Rumble.
Royal
y'all
That's
trying
the
to
last
y'all
pay
trying to
per
go to
view
the
I
Rumble.
do.
Royal
I
Rumble?
feel like I'm never gonna get that.
Y'all trying to go to the Royal Rumble in
I'm
Saudi?
good.
No,
I'm
Y'all
good.
trying to go out there?
no,
Tickets is available. What you mean?
I'm
I'm
TKO
good.
good.
special.
I'm
Y'all
not
trying
going
to
to
get your
First of
tickets
Vegas
all,
for
already?
these outrageous
I can't even
nosebleeds.
afford the tickets over here.
Right. Yeah, I don't like how they pricing out Americans so much. Like, why is this
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event was free on YouTube internationally almost everywhere, but in America you got to watch it on Peacock and we got to pay.
Well, you
We
got to
already
get
got to
that
pay
VPN. Like Steph,
$30 for
you're not listening
ESPN.
to Steph. You got to get that VPN. Like Steph told
Shout
us.
out to shout out to our new sponsor,
Right. Well,
Don't get her in
K
trouble.
K Kayfabe
We don't need
Kayfabe
Steph getting in
VPN,
trouble.
Kayfabe
Um,
VPN. To
but
send
yeah,
us the traffic, we'll put it somewhere else.
I'm done. But this Monday Night Raw was pretty good. Leading into the Saturday Night main event, Gunther cut a good promo. Leading into his match with Cena, and basically said, "I'm gonna make him tap. I'm gonna make him quit," which is a big thing with Cena's character. Never give up is his slogan. So, um, let's jump into Saturday night's main event. Let's just do that.
yeah.
There
Let's
was
jump straight
four
into it.
four matches in this card. First one being
Wait,
Cody Rhodes.
hold on. This is real quick before we get there. If you're just looking, because this, because we're gonna ride it home after this and see the retirement. Just matches that you should just go out of your way to see this week because it was just good shit, pal. That Continental Classic from AEW, uh, Al Fletcher versus Mike Bailey, Mike Bailey versus Kevin Knight. Claudio Castagnoli, the CML champion, versus the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Tanosuke Kanesta. It's just good wrestling. Like this
Enjoy wrestling.
tournament is just good shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to watch some good wrestling, just go out of your way to watch those matches. It's definitely worth your time.
Just enjoy
Yeah.
wrestling.
Just enjoy
I
wrestling.
mean, you can never. If there's one thing you're gonna expect from AEW,
Or
regardless if you
else.
tune in week in or week out, is good wrestling.
CC tournament, if this is a good time to just kind of just you can just throw it on. You don't really even got no context, man. It's pretty simple with the round robin tournament rules.
Tournaments for years.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
Good.
he
It's
Tony
definitely the
does
new
love
G1
himself
Tournaments
a
after
tourney.
tournaments after tournaments.
tournament. Yo, that's what I mean.
Tony does love
That's,
himself a tourney. He does love himself a tournament.
it's a really easy way to spin storylines and put
It is.
titles in there and just put a bunch of people in there.
I
I
I think
can't blame them.
honestly, that was the one concept as far as his titles, because we do have a title problem in AEW. There's too many,
Too many. Too many.
and not enough meaning or placement for
Differences.
these
Right.
titles.
Differences.
Right.
Right.
Prestige, yeah.
So because we like Focus pointed out various times, it's the same roster running after all these championships. It's
True.
not broken up into divisions, but
Right.
this was the one title that was like it has a gimmick attached to it. The Continental Classic has built
Mhm.
this storylines with this championship. I think it's the most genius belt that he's produced outside of a obvious world championship.
Right. Right. So yeah. So it's just good stuff. It's just good wrestling. So Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher. Kyle
Well,
Fletcher.
if we're gonna tell them to go out their way to watch these matches from this
Yeah.
past Dynamite, let's also give them a disclaimer. Jack Perry out here biting male genitalia out here.
Yo,
Jack Perry
I
out here,
mean,
he out here just reversing tombstones, taking bites out of crime over here. This man
listen.
was
All
this.
of us have watched wrestling for almost all of our lives. I don't think any of us have ever seen a reverse to the tombstone power driver by beating by biting a man's. You know what I'm talking about? That's
But
crazy.
biting the
That's crazy.
Johnson, this man, and the meme comes to my mind. This is real Johnson, Crimea River.
Prime Ripper. Prime
So let's
Ripper.
have that disclaimer if we're gonna send people say W this week. If you don't want to see a bitten Johnson's, skip over the Okada versus Jack Perry match, even though it was a great match. Watch it. But disclaimers this week. Because sometimes, and this is national television, like
Right.
this is what I like. AEW has no chill.
No
Sometimes it's in a
zero.
great way. Sometimes it's in a great way. Sometimes it's in a cringe way. You decide on this one. It's
That's all on you.
borderline cringe. It's borderline comedic. But disclaimers because AEW got no chill.
Right. If he's like that.
I,
Well,
I feel I feel like the referee should have disqualified him.
yo, that's what I'm saying. That's a
Yo, bro,
That's technically a low blow.
you bit my man's.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a low blow.
Put me in a
like
That's a
that's
low blow,
worse
I
than
literally.
feel like
bro.
I feel like as a ref, you're putting me like in a
Then my
really
man's was here
tricky
like this.
situation. You know, then he what?
Oh,
Oh, good God! You know what? Let's move on. Go watch it for yourselves.
oh.
Let's get on the Saturday night.
I'm not even lying.
He was
This
like,
is too much.
whoa.
It's too
He was
much.
like, whoa.
AEW
Whoa!
got no chill.
He was like,
AEW got no
whoa.
chill.
Jack
They
Yo,
was
got
like,
no
whoa,
chill.
it ain't for me.
I'm gonna have to
It
mark
ain't
this
for
as an
me.
18 plus video because of Jack Perry this week.
nah, yo, honestly,
This is
especially
marked as
like
an 18 plus video. I'm sorry. This is not for
it needs to
children.
be.
Thank you, Jack
I think
Perry. I have
I
to
think
change
This is
my
why we
AEW
need
audience
a
settings
Patreon.
because you out here biting Johnson.
I think AEW might need to be
This is
marked
why we need a
18 plus
Patreon.
because especially if you hear the promos that Tony Storm and Amir Sharakawa go at. So yeah, they definitely need to be 18 plus promotion. But let's get on to this Saturday night's main event.
All right, so I believe Saturday night's main event started with Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi. So I think this
Yo,
match
hold on.
plays
My bad.
into.
I just gotta. My
You
bad. I
gotta,
gotta give a shout out to my man
you
Oba
gotta
Femi.
hit us
Yo,
with the
he's
Oba.
yo, he's mad cool. Yo, the entrance, the bop, the look, just the what is he? What is he? I'm the bringer of war, the ruler, the
I am the
destroyer. Like,
lion.
cool.
I am the bringer of war.
Right.
Look
His
at
whole
me.
G
I am
code
the
is just.
captain now. Look at me. I am the captain now. I am the champion.
If
He's very
this,
I am the
believable.
mountain that you can never climb.
Yo, he's mad believable. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at
I mean,
him, Braun Breakers. You know, they're the future.
if this match versus the world champion, not just world champion, the WWE world champion,
The undisputed
the undisputed
WWE.
WWE champion,
Hmm.
in his first real match on WWE television, like not NXT branded, using Saturday Night Main Event, opening the show on John Cena's last. See, this Saturday Night's Main Event was different than all of the ones in the past, because the ones in
Talk
the
about it.
past was like, let's throw homage to the 70s, to the 80s Saturday Night Main Event, and the legacy of it. They try to do a lot of homage to that, and it was starting to get a
And
little stale. This one,
some of it was just status quo too. Some of them
it
were
was
just status
status
quo.
quo, and that's why I said
Yeah.
with this one it feels different, because I think John Cena's intention of like the last time is us and trying to pick certain people to face during this last run, that rub finally encapsulated an entire show.
Yes.
We got Soul
Yes.
Rucker versus Bailey. We got Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes.
We got
This was
Evan
what
Slater.
this is
Evan
what
Slater.
this really felt like, a showcase of the future.
Right.
100%.
Nah, what?
From
What?
top to bottom of this card, this was a showcase of the future. We had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus TNA's X Division champion and Javon Evans from NXT. Showcasing the future.
Yeah.
As far as Obafemi goes, putting him in this position against Cody Rhodes, if this isn't a sign that this man is about to be called up, that this man is about to be a force to reckon with, that within the next year or two, we should be expecting this guy in main events, holding some gold or doing big things. I don't know what is.
Nah, for a fact, Obafemi got it. He got the charisma. He got the look. He can talk. He can wrestle. The entrance. He got all the stuff. He can do. He got the cool entrance to smoke, and when the bell rings, he can deliver. You really can't. You can't. Yo, you know, and he's only been doing this for like 3 years. In another 3 years,
God bless the
monster.
NXT developmental system. That's
Yeah.
one thing. That's one thing. Whether you like a certain era of NXT, me preferably is the original black and gold. Like,
Everybody likes that goal.
I
But
feel like
goddamn it,
that era
Shawn
was
Michaels
like
is doing it.
untouchable as far as match quality, the level of stars they were bringing in, everything.
Right. Look what it produced,
But
man. Look at it.
we got a hats off to the fact that
Sami Zayn, like Kevin Owens, freaking like
that's what I'm saying. We got a
everybody.
hats off
Charlotte Bailey.
That system actually works. They get these stars from indies, from NFL backgrounds, from just athletics. They hold combines. It's working. We're getting the stars. If you look at the roster, it's mostly NXT. It's a sprinkle of indies, but it's mostly these stars are coming from their system, and it's just working. So, you know, the ending of this match was a little bit of what we were talking about earlier in the show. Triple H kind of playing it safe.
Yeah.
And we had the Drew McIntyre interference on Cody Rhodes. Good to push their storyline, but it was playing it safe. Oba doesn't lose. Cody doesn't lose.
I think. I mean, I understand why. I'm not necessarily mad at him for this.
I'm not mad,
but
it's
I
playing it
don't
safe.
think. Yeah, I don't blame him for playing it safe. I don't think Cody would lose anything from.
I feel Cody.
I don't think Cody loses. I don't think Cody loses anything from losing to Obafemi.
What was wrong with Obafemi getting the win in a way that Cody Rhodes got distracted by Drew McIntyre
Some
and
you
pulled
could
off the
have used.
victory.
You could have
You know
you
what I'm saying?
yeah to protect them.
There's
Yeah,
ways to
yeah, yeah.
protect them with still getting
Right,
that W. You know what I mean?
right.
But
And
he
that's
played it
something that
safe.
I do.
I feel like
Right.
this is gonna open up for a chance to Cody Rhodes go down to NXT and challenge over
Mm,
Femi.
That'd
that would
be
be dope.
awesome.
And Cody loves
That
doing shit like that. He got a
that'll
whole
be
nightmare
awesome
fuel.
because
So
it'll be like, oh, you're not getting called up. I'm dragging you up. You're not getting
that would
called
be
up. I'm
dope.
dragging you up. You owe me a one-on-one fair one.
That would even justify more of the reason for the Drew distraction, Obafemi getting the win, for him to go down there, yo, da 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 da. We still got.
We still
And
got
then and
us
then
I
handle
like Triple.
business.
He played it
he'll
safe.
enter
He played it safe.
the house that his father built.
Yo, there's so many.
Yeah,
Nah, but it's true though. He did. Dusty
yeah.
did build that house of NXT. There's so many things they could have played off, but Triple H just books too safe. Cody Rhodes loses nothing by losing to
This
Obafemi. If
is the
anything,
third Saturday night's main event in a row
uh,
that Triple H played it safe.
safe. And then
We
here it
had the
is. We
same
have this
finish. We had the same
right.
D. We had the same Cody Rhodes finish. Two Saturday night main events in a row, and then on this one we have the protected DQ.
There's some people, even though they're WWE fans, they're not watching. They're not going to watch it. It's like I don't really watch it. I watch highlights. I watch it sometimes, but like think about it, the NXT champion beating a WWE champion. Yeah, I might want to start watching NXT now. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean,
Like
it
so
puts
Ruka
eyes on
beats Bailey. I
Oba.
want to start
It
watching
still put a
NXT.
lot of good eyes on Oba. Put a lot of good eyes on the people that were a part of it. So I
Yeah,
think it's gonna translate well, and they've been doing big things. NXT and that partnership with TNA helped TNA get that deal with AMC, so it's working. It's
yeah, it
working,
is.
but
It is.
it's
It
more of a
is.
testament to the older crowd, the first real gen of NXT, like the Baileys, like we spoke about earlier. This
Mhm.
is the alarm bell for them that the next wave is here,
Facts.
especially in the women's division. But they got
Right.
a lot of boys down there that they ready. They ready or run the
I
risk
mean,
of getting stagnant down there.
I'm on Instagram right now and I'm looking at this highlight from this Soul Ruka and Bailey match, and it's just like she is smooth as butter, and this is just another example of the new generation coming up and saying, "Yo, we're here." I wish more of this concept that John Cena had with putting the next generation over. I wish this could have played out more in his retirement tour instead of just this one Saturday night's main event. So you know, but yeah, that the
So,
next match. So Ruka did go over on Bailey. By the way,
which was needed.
right,
I mean,
right, right,
Bailey got nothing to lose by losing at this point. Really, you're already
right,
established. You've been an
right.
undisputed,
Pretty much.
well, not an undisputed champion, but you've held the world championship at the same time as the women's champions. You had an amazing run. So
Yeah,
Bailey is really, and that's why I said hats off to her, because besides the training camp, she's really solidifying that role of helping the next gen.
right.
And that was doing that. Soul Rucker needed this. Oba needed
Yeah.
this too, but they
In this
protected it.
in this next match, I mean, another example. Listen, Javon Evans and Leon Slater,
Yeah,
like
that
another
boy
match.
bouncy.
You need to go out of your way to see this match. This is a match. Go out of your way to see this. Yo, they just came. I mean, off the rip. I mean, just firing off the rip. They just flying all over the place, and it was a great match. It was really. I know AJ Styles may be a little upset because at the end he went for a phenomenal forearm and he slipped, but it's still, it's. I know for Leon Slater and Javon Evans, they were like kids in a candy shop because they grew up idolizing AJ Styles, that X Division style, that AJ Styles, him and Amazing Red and others. Apologies for not naming everybody, but like they basically invented that style of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to wrestle somebody that you looked up to. That must have been great for them. And they showed out. They
Was
showed
the
out.
current TNA X Division champion, and AJ Styles was one of the prominent X Division champions.
Right.
So that's
He was the
history,
X Division.
right? So him,
He's
Amazing
one of
Red,
them.
a couple others. I always give Red a little bit more shine on that. Because speaking of Red and HOG's on Focus hat,
Right.
we saw Leon Slater live. The kid is amazing. So
Right.
this is a good look for him, and that's why I appreciated this Saturday Night Main Event a lot more than probably the last two or three that's come out. This one felt
Mhm.
like, you know what, we're pushing the future more than looking into the past with this event.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Had that vibe for sure, for sure.
what they didn't do for Goldberg's retirement on Saturday Night's Main Event, they
Man, what a
remedied all
shame.
of that for John Cena's retirement. The
Yo,
flashbacks throughout the whole episode,
mhm.
the superstar tributes throughout the show, um, just showing the fans appreciation for John and the turnout, and just really focusing on his legacy. This is how you retire a superstar. If you can actually go out your way and say, I want a retirement, this is it. I'm going out how I want to
Yeah,
go out. This is how you do it for them.
I feel like they really, and no knock on. I never was the biggest Bill Goldberg fan, but you cannot deny his contributions to wrestling. He changed the game when he came out, and I do not looking at in comparison. I'm not comparing John Cena to Goldberg, but they are both legends in this game. I do not think that Triple H did Bill Goldberg justice in his retirement at all. Regardless of how
They
you
cut
feel, you
his
cannot.
they
You,
cut the
you
feed
can't.
off.
You cut the feet.
The man
There's so
couldn't
many
even
things they didn't
bow.
do.
He
The
couldn't even give us a
storyline was
last bow, anything.
it was rushed. Everything it was rushed. Everything like they did not do Bill Goldberg
I
justice
felt like that was
at
that their
all.
last slight at Goldberg. Like, this is for Brett.
Get over the
This is for never
WCW shit.
getting.
Like, come
This is for
on, like,
never
good.
trying to be good at the wrestling technicalities. You know,
But
I feel like
like,
this
come
was
on.
their last slight. It was such a Vince McMahon move.
It felt, but I don't even think I think Vince would have done it better. I don't know, man. It feels,
Would
that's
he?
nor here nor there. But
Would
it's
he?
just like
Would he
when
though?
you look at when you look at
There's a
this
lot of
John Cena.
instances where Vince rather get his last laugh on the way
Come,
out.
bro, you got your last laugh? What? When did Vince buy WCW in 2003? Like,
Yeah,
come on, like it's over, bro.
yeah.
It's over.
But
Bro.
look how they did this thing. Look how Vince did this thing.
Shout out to Tony Khan for that, man. So it's not. I think this is an easy segue. It's not unprecedented because a lot of the internet wrestling community is up and oh my god, John Cena tapped out.
Wait,
He
hold up.
lost.
Before we get to that, the
Uh,
match.
the
The match was
match,
great.
the match was great.
The
It
match was
was
great.
fun.
People need to stop getting into this bag when they see Gunther. Oh, Gunther's boring. No, Gunther is a wrestler, and what they did great on commentary tonight. Well, last night
Mhm.
was honing on the fact it's pro wrestling versus sports entertainment in
Sports
that ring
entertainment.
right now,
Yep.
and that's the best distinction that you could put between these
Yep.
two different people. Gunther is a pro wrestler. He's gonna chop you up, wear you down,
Right.
submit you, beat the shit out
Wear
you
you
until
down.
you unconscious. He's gonna wrestle you down.
Right.
John Cena is the showman. He's
Right.
sports entertainment. It was a great showcase of that. The match was great. What people are in an uproar over is tradition. You're mad at tradition.
Yeah. But what I will say to that, it is not unprecedented. It's not unprecedented for somebody to not lose. It's happened. It's happened to three legends. Sting went out clear.
Different company.
Undertaker, a different company. Undertaker went out clear, and somebody that people don't think about. Stone Cold Steve Austin went out clear. His last match was not against The Rock. His last match is against Kevin Owens at that WrestleMania, and he won Stone Cold Stunner 1, 2, 3. I doubt we'll ever see Stone Cold ever wrestle again. You know, it wasn't. This
I
storyline
feel like
was
the
not
Stone Cold
Hulk.
one, while you're correct, I felt like that
Yeah,
was more of a gimmick
yeah,
because it
for
was more
sure,
of an ass
for sure.
whooping than a match. Like,
He was on he was on
you know what I
yeah,
mean? It was
he was
a
yeah,
promo that turned into a brawl, but it
yeah.
wasn't actually a drag out 30-minute, 40-minute main event
No,
storyline
but
attached to it. You know,
look
well, it
at
had a
Sting. Even
storyline because of
but
Kevin
look at
Owens, but
Sting. But even though it was a different company, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think in if the storyline calls for it, it's okay to go out with your hand raised. With this story with John
then
Cena,
this is the question.
it didn't call
This is
for
the
it.
question that the people,
Mm.
I guess, are raising. Then, did John Cena deserve a win on the way out over Gunther getting the win and positioning the future of the business, which was the purpose of this particular Saturday night's main event, featuring NXT and a TNA star, featuring Joe Hendry in a promo segment. You know
Oh
what I
man, we
mean?
didn't mention that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this was really about the future. John
You just
Cena would have
answered the
not
question right there.
wanted it any other way. If you think John Cena didn't make this call as far as the level of um interaction that the NXT roster had with this show, the fact that he was willing to go out the way he went out, what people are mad at, the never give up gimmick died when John Cena retired. He tapped.
It's people are like, bro.
So
It's a
what is the
storytelling.
best thing for Gunther right now? I am the person who made Mr. Never Give Up give up. People have beat John Cena. Cena has tapped before to 3 other
Chris,
people.
Chris
Benoit,
Benoit, Chris
Kurt
Jericho, and
Angle.
Jericho.
I forgot the third person.
Chris Jericho.
Jericho. Now
Yeah.
Gunther. In history, 23 plus year history, you tap 4 times. You just
But
gave somebody the biggest rub you could have gave them by tapping out.
people are missing. This is this new generation, and they're underlining of not. I don't mean to rag on the younger generation, but you're missing the overall arching story. The man who says never gives up, willingly smiles, gives
And
up
gives
on
up.
his shit.
People were shocked at that. I wasn't shocked.
It's
I
great
was happy
storytelling.
in that moment because
Right? It's amazing storytelling.
that smile spoke Bibles, volumes, encyclopedias. It it
It,
spoke fucking thousands of words in just one expression. I'm happy knowing this place is better than I started. Is better off. Is leaving better off
right,
than
The
when I
place is
got
better
here.
for.
I
Yeah,
gave back. The business is in good hands. That
right.
that was what he was saying with that smile and that tap.
Right. John Cena doesn't need to win over now. Gunther has that. He retired. Bill
The
Goldberg,
cursing Gunther, fuck
John
you
Cena.
Gunther. I love it because it's heel work. It's gonna make Gunther even more smug, even more of an asshole to everybody who's hating this. But to say
Yo,
fuck you Triple H and to disrespect the Booker because and saying he fucked up, Triple H didn't fuck up. Him and John Cena stuck to the tradition. They positioned Gunther. They gave back to they gave back to the up and comers, and they positioned new people, new faces.
but we were talking about Triple H. What do you think about? I'm not going to go as far as to say after Triple H. That's people,
That was
whatever.
OD.
But
That was
Triple
OD.
H, but Triple H's booking is very safe. Sometimes it's just like
It has been
sometimes
safe. I'm not
it's a
saying
little,
Triple H is a perfect booker, because nobody's
yeah.
a perfect booker.
No, but
Even
right,
the
right,
great Vince
right.
McMahon and everybody knows had his fucking droughts. Bischoff as creative genius as he was with the NWO shit, he had his drought that killed WCW. Paul Heyman's the only creative that's like, yo, he's the gift that keeps on giving. He just didn't have the funding.
Right.
But everybody has a
Yeah.
creative drought. But to say
Yeah.
fuck you, Triple H, like a lot of the shit, like if the product is completely garbage, there's so much shit good that's happening right now. Your
Yeah.
hero went
I
out on his
think that might have been
on his
overkill.
shield, just like Kurt Angle did, just like a whole bunch of other people did.
Yeah.
But what happens after? The whole roster comes out. He gets his respect. He gets to leave his shoes, his armbands in the ring. In the ring, he gets to say his goodbye the way he wanted to. I think it was a perfect ending and a perfect beginning.
Yeah.
How
I'm not
hot
mad about it.
are people gonna be tomorrow when Gunther comes out? I told you I was gonna make Mister Never Give Up tap. I told you. I beat the shit out of him. I told you.
I think I
Be
think
mad.
that should be that needs to be. I think they should continue on with that booking trend. When Brock Lesnar is about to ride into the sunset, Gunther needs to retire him. He retired John Cena. He retired Bill Goldberg. Gunther needs to be. He needs to be
The
that guy that
retirer.
takes you out.
He
The
should have retired
retirer, right?
AJ Styles while we at it.
He
AJ
should
said it.
yo
He got a couple of
because
months.
you accidentally kind of like started this thing now, so now you should just
The
run. You should just
retirer.
run with it now,
The
right? You should
retirer.
just be retiring people.
I'm beating people
And,
into retirement, whether you
and
fans
think
like
about
it,
that.
hate it, or you love it. I'm beating your heroes into retirement. I love it.
But think
I
about
love
how
it.
legendary. Think about how legendary that makes. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I love. Like I think he needs to be interjected
That
into the World Heavyweight
where
Championship picture.
this
Like,
storyline should culminate with Gunther, the retirer. You know where that should culminate?
bro,
Sir, someone said they had about 8 years left. He was known as somebody who was killing legends. Cap that shit off. Legend killer versus the person who's retiring everybody.
yo, I mean,
It's a storyline building itself.
how sparingly they use Randy Orton. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before he actually does retire.
He
So
said he
you
got
know what I'm saying.
like 7, 8 years left.
Yeah, he got years left. Orton got years left. You
So
know.
there's a lot they could go with it.
I think we can say that this is the best for me. This was the best Saturday, not even just because it was John Cena's retirement, but just really the meaning behind it. And yeah, because of that, this is probably the best Saturday night main event that they've put on that I can remember in a very long time. This is probably the best PLA that they've actually put on in a
This is the
really long
best
time.
one since the Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes for the throwback title.
The Royal Rumble, man, that was a drag
But
out brawl, man.
that culminated at Saturday Night Main Event where he stole the
That
belt.
was it.
So
Yes,
that was the
yes,
last
yes, yes.
Saturday Night Main Event that I really thoroughly enjoyed until this one. So
Yeah.
any final thoughts before we take this home? John Cena's retirement or anything throughout this week?
You know, John Cena planned out the last moments of the match because he added an Easter egg that nobody has even pointed it out yet.
Was that
The moves that Gunther beat him with was Jonathan Moxley's moves.
the chokehold?
The elbows,
The
the
elbows in the
elbows,
chokehold?
the elbows to the chest into the bare naked chokehold. Those are John Moxley's moves.
Gunther
I don't
definitely
know.
has
Gunther's
taken
always
that.
had that rear naked choke.
Yeah,
But
the
the
elbows.
elbows like the Blackpool Combat Club used to do and shit like
He
that.
added that to his
That's his.
repertoire a couple of months ago. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
added that to his repertoire.
it won't be surprising because he's thrown these legs in a lot of his matches throughout this year. So
Yeah,
it's crazy to say that we can actually look back at the entire career of John Cena at this point.
yeah, that's it.
I think that's a podcast in itself. I think that's a good way to cap off. I think we should definitely get into that. Probably provide some content. We'll look back at John Cena's career, the highs, the lows.
Mm,
Um, but that was this
yeah,
week in wrestling. We could do this all day.
right.
Um, Find us at
Man.
Kayfabe Avenue on all streaming sites, YouTube. Uh, Follow us on TikTok and take us home.